Today we are going to discuss the last concept based on Bernoulli's theorem. Bernoulli's trial. Let us look at the few problems. Just note down the questions. This is a few more assignments on that. Those do not have the textbook at home, they will just pause the video and keep ready these questions with you. Just pause the video and just have notes of this. We'll be learning now this 6 problem 1, 3, 5, 8, 9, 11 and one more question I am adding at the end. Okay. Now first question number 1. A die is thrown 6 times. Means in the first instant the n is given, n is equal to 6. What you are doing? A die is thrown 6 times. So what will be the sample space for the die? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Therefore we have got the value of n at the instant. Okay. Next. If getting an odd number is considered as success, so event odd number 1, 3, 5. So probability of E over here, it is nothing but half, because this is 3, this is 6. This will give you the value of P. You know the value of Q can be obtained 1 minus P. So in this case P and Q both are half and the value of N will be equal to 6. As per as the rule, you should write like this. First standard formula and then followed by replacement. 6 CR, P means half raised to power half, and over here half raised to power 5 minus R. This is the ready format. It will give you all answers in this particular question. Now, what is the probability of getting 5 successes? So over there, the question is asking about what is P5. How to find out the P5? 6C5 half raised to power 5 half raised to power 5 minus 5. Simplify, you will get the value of the first answer. The second question is at least 5 successes. At least 5 successes means 5, it can be 5 successes, it can be 6 successes. Now more than 6 successes will not be possible because the event happens in this particular case only 6 times. Now next question, how to find out P5? In this formula we'll replace 5, in the same formula we'll replace 6 and we'll get the respective answer, and that is the one. Last is at most 5 successes. At most 5 means maximum 5. Means your answer will be P0 plus P1 plus P2 plus P3 plus P4 plus P5. You have to get all these values. Now how to find out P0? Replacing 0 over here. P1 replacing 1 over here. P2 replacing 2 over here. 3 replaced over here. Likewise. Otherwise, one can answer this question by using this remark also. 1 minus P6. What we should say, whenever any events are big, then think about complement and try to answer the question. So that technique can be used. Now look at the question number 3. The statement I am reading. There are 5% defective bulbs. So probability of defective bulbs is nothing but 5%. So what will be the probability of non-defective bulbs? It will be nothing but 95%. Can we say that this probability is nothing but the P, 5 by 100 can be reduced as 1 by 20. So Q will be nothing but 19 by 20. So in this particular question we have got the values of P and Q first. What is the probability that a sample of 10 atoms will include not more than one defective? Sample of 10. Not, I am writing that statement, not more than one defective. Means how many defective will be allowed over here in this particular question? 0 is allowed and over here P1 is allowed. So this is nothing but the required probability. P0 plus P1. Now where to be replaced? This NPQ values to be replaced in the standard formula. This is the standard formula. So here the answer will be 10 C0 1 by 20 raised to power 0, 19 by 20 raised to power, how much I should write? How many numbers are there? 10. Now P1, 10C1, 1 by 20 raised to power 1 and 19 by 20 raised to power 9. Whenever higher powers are there, you will be keeping like this. But this is a way up. This 10C0 and 10C1, that you can simplify, because this is going to be 1 only, 10C0 and 1 by 10. So 19 by 20 raised to power 0, and this is 10, and slightly a little bit simplification you can do. So this way you have to identify what is P, what is Q, what is N in all questions. The next question is question number 5. Probability that the bulb produced by the factory will fuse after 150 days will be 0.05. So small p, 0.05 can be written as 5 by 100, can be written as 1 by 20. Q can be written as 19 by 20. So P and Q are ready with you. Find the probability out of 5 bulbs. So P is known to you, Q is known to you, N is equal to 5 out of 5 bulbs. So you will be writing that formula, P of R is equal to NCR, P raised to power R, Q raised to power N minus R. Now over here 5 CR, 1 by 20 raised to power R, and 19 by 20 raised to power 5 minus R. There are 4 questions are asked. I am writing the answer in the format of P0, P1 like this. None will be fused, means 0 will be fused, means P of 0. Second question. What is the second question is asking? Not more than 1. Not more than 1. Means P0 can fused and 1 can fused. Third question. More than 1. More than 1 means P2 plus P3 plus P4 plus P5. Calculate this all 4. R can be solved by using 1 minus P0 plus P1. 1 minus P0 plus P1. Complement of this 2, 3, 4, 5. Why we stop here 5? Because number of trials are 5. At least once. At least 1 means P1 plus P2 plus P3. Till what I should go? P5. Can be answered in better way. 1 minus P of 0. 1 minus P of 0. Now the question arises, how will you calculate? We will be replacing 0 over here in this formula, writing this one. This is calculate P0 is already ready. P1 you write here 1, you get the answer. Instead of doing this one, we will find out P0, P1 is already ready. You can put that answer and get the answer. This is 1 minus P0. P0 will be. Okay. Next question is question number 8. The question is like this. X is nothing but the binomial distribution is there. One more thing is given right like this. B 6 comma half. And it is show that question is there. Show that capital X is equal to 3 is the most likely outcomes. Now while answering this question, what is the method? First try to understand that why this B is written binomial distribution. This 6 is nothing but the value of N. N will be equal to 6. Whatever it is given now, it is called as success. Probability of the given event is half. So what must be Q? Q will be also half. Now what is to be done? P of R will be equal to the standard formula and replacement. First always make a habit of writing standard formula and then replacement. It will be calculated like this. Okay. Now prepare one table. In this table, you go on writing X and their respective probability. That means 0. Over here 1. Over here 2. Over here 3. Over here 4. This is 5 and this is 6. Replace in this formula 0. You will get some answer. You can record the answer over here. Similarly, replace 1, you will get some answer, that also you can record over here. So try to complete this work. Once this work will be over, out of that you have to search at what place this probability answer is more. You will notice that, you just calculate, pause the video and calculate. You will notice that the probability answer will be more whenever capital X will be equal to 3. Now I am reading question number 11. Find the probability of getting 5 exactly twice in the throw of a die. I am writing that statement. getting 5 exactly twice in 7 throws of a die. Now this experiment is performed how many times? 7 times. Okay. So one thing it is given, n is equal to 7. First thing. What you are doing 7 times? A die is thrown. So sample space for die is nothing but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is sample space. What you are required? 5. So event will be getting 5. What is the probability of this event? It will be nothing but 1 by 6. So what must be Q? Q must be equal to 5 by 6. Okay. So what is over? You have got the value of n. You have got the value of 1 by 6, P and Q, respectively 1 by 6 and 5 by 6. Now the demand of the question, getting 5 exactly twice. This exactly twice or whatever it is given at the end is nothing but the value of R. So always make a habit of getting first n, then the value of P, then find out the value of Q, write the formula, standard formula like this. Okay, like this. Then after writing, make a replacement and all. After the replacement, think about the R, replace the value of R and get the answer. I told you apart from this 6th question, I am going to tell you one more question. So that question I am writing now, and then we'll conclude. Then you can go for the rest of the assignment. Look at the question. What is the probability of getting sum 3 exactly twice in the tosses of 2 dice? Okay. Now 2 dice are tossed means what? It will be 1, 1, 1, 2 up to 6, 6. Then P. For what event? Sum is 3. So I should write event first. Sum 3 means 1, 2 and 2, 1. Close this. Nowhere sum will be. So what is the probability of sum? It will be 2 by 36. Can be written as 1 by 18. Okay. Then this is nothing but the value of P. So Q will be nothing but 17 by 18. And what is the probability getting sum 3 exactly twice? Means R value will be nothing but 2. In the tosses of 2 dice. So n will be equal to 1. Okay. Think about this type of questions. Okay. And then complete your assignment. Thank you.